Welcome, everyone, to the very first episode of Charged Up.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be hitting the accelerator and taking a deep dive into the world of Xiaomi's high-performance EVs.
It's quite a shift for a company known for smartphones.
Yeah.
But they're not just dipping their toes in.
Yeah.
Xiaomi is making waves.
Yeah, they are.
With the SU7
Okay.
and its record-breaking Ultra variant.
Exactly. We've got a mountain of sources to explore. Specs, press releases, test drive reports.
Oh, yeah.
Even a surprising CEO confession.
Oh, this is good.
So let's buckle up and get charged up.
I am ready.
Okay.
So what immediately stands out is Xiaomi's ambition, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
They've produced 100,000 SU7s in under a year.
It's crazy.
And the pre-orders for the Ultra variant were through the roof within minutes of its announcement.
It's like they threw down the gauntlet
Yeah.
with CEO Lei Jun's statement about the SU7 Ultra's speed being limited by the test track itself, not the car.
Bold claim.
Yeah.
That they backed up.
They did.
With a stunning Nürburgring lap time.
It's an incredible time.
Of 6 minutes, 46.874 seconds.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
The fastest four-door car
Wow.
on one of the most challenging tracks in the world, and it's made by a Chinese automaker.
That's a statement.
That's not just a win.
Right.
It's a seismic shift in the automotive landscape.
It certainly challenges perceptions of what Chinese automakers are capable of.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider the SU7 Ultra specs.
Oh, yeah. Lay it on me.
A tri-motor setup generating a mind-blowing 1,548 horsepower and 0 to 100 kilometers in under 2 seconds.
Those are numbers you'd expect from a supercar,
Right.
not an EV.
And it's all thanks to that tri-motor setup. One motor up front,
Mm-hmm.
2 in the rear,
Right.
each driving a wheel independently for insane control.
That's got to be incredible to feel.
And they partnered with CATL, a leader in battery technology, to create a battery that can handle the extreme demands of high-performance driving.
5.2C discharge rate.
That's right.
That means the battery can discharge its entire capacity in about 12 minutes. Wow. And it can maintain 800 kilowatt output,
Yeah.
even at 20% charge.
They really engineered this for the track.
They did.
Absolutely. And they didn't stop there. Advanced cooling systems,
Uh-huh.
carbon fiber roof for weight reduction,
Makes sense.
tuned suspension. It's clear Xiaomi is focused on pushing the boundaries of EV performance.
Now, EVs have faced challenges on the track
For sure.
with weight and heat management.
Uh-huh.
So it's fascinating to see how Xiaomi is tackling these issues head on.
They're using a multi-point cooling system
Right.
to keep everything running at optimal temperatures
Right.
and carbon ceramic brakes that can handle a scorching 1,000 degrees Celsius.
It's like they took the rule book and threw it out the window.
They did?
And then there's Master Mode.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about this.
Xiaomi's built-in software
Huh?
that lets you analyze lap data
Yeah.
and compare performance.
It's like having a virtual pit crew right in the car,
Yeah.
helping you hone your skill
Push your limits.
and push your limits on the track.
It's another example of how Xiaomi is blending cutting-edge technology with the focus on driver engagement and improvement.
But they're not just focused on track performance.
Right.
Their new intelligent chassis technologies are redefining how we think about a car's movement and handling.
I remember seeing that demo video with the car dancing, doing stationary pivot turns, compass turns.
Oh, yeah.
It was like watching a car from the future.
It was mind-blowing. And it's all thanks to 4 key components. A fully active suspension system,
Okay.
a quad motor setup,
Wow.
48V electric mechanical braking, and 48V steer-by-wire.
So they've spent 3 years developing these technologies
They have.
in collaboration with Bosch.
That's right.
And the results are truly impressive.
Yeah.
The active suspension system alone is a marvel of engineering.
It
The
is.
7-strut design that can generate a lifting force of 44,400 newtons, enough to lift 2 SU7 Max vehicles.
Incredible.
Each wheel has its own 4.6 kilowatt power source, allowing for real-time damping adjustments and incredible adaptability to road conditions.
It's like the car is reading the road
Yeah.
and adjusting its stance in milliseconds,
Wow.
giving you the smoothest ride imaginable.
And all of this is controlled by a 48V power structure that seamlessly integrates braking and steering.
That's right.
It's a level of software-driven control and adaptability we haven't seen before.
Really pushing the boundaries.
I was lucky enough to get behind the wheel of an SU7 Max myself,
But you did.
and it was an experience I won't soon forget.
Oh, do tell. What were your first impressions?
It's bigger than you'd expect,
Okay.
with a sleek, sporty design
Uh-huh.
that reminded me of a cross between a Porsche Taycan
Okay.
and a Mazda RX-7 FD.
That's an interesting combination. What was it like stepping inside?
Luxurious.
Yeah.
It's all Napa leather.
Wow.
Suede, soft touch materials everywhere.
Oh, nice.
You sink into those sporty bucket seats
Uh-huh.
and feel instantly cocooned.
I can imagine.
And then there are the little touches.
What kind of little touches?
Like a hidden torch under the center console, just brilliant.
They're clearly going for that high-end experience.
Yes.
What about the tech? Did it live up to the hype?
Let me tell you, the tech is phenomenal.
Okay.
A massive 16.1-inch center screen
Wow.
with 3K resolution,
Okay.
powered by a Snapdragon 8295 chipset
Uh-huh.
and their HyperOS software.
All right.
You can even mirror your Xiaomi phone directly to the screen.
Seamless integration. That's what
Yeah.
they're aiming for.
Yeah.
What else stood out?
The 56-inch heads-up display
Nice.
is a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
And Xiaomi Pilot, their driver assistance system,
Uh-huh.
is powered by not one, but two NVIDIA Drive Orin chips.
Wow.
Plus, they haven't forgotten about physical buttons.
Oh, good.
You can even customize them.
I like options.
It's a tech lover's dream.
It sounds like they've struck a great balance between advanced technology and intuitive design.
Yeah, I think so.
But what about the passengers? How's the experience in the back seat?
There's plenty of legroom and headroom,
Okay.
although the seats are a bit upright due to the lowered H point.
Gotcha.
You've got air vents, USB ports, and get this, a built-in cooler for 6 soft drinks.
Really?
It's those little details that make you smile.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It's like they've thought of everything.
Uh-huh.
And the panoramic sunroof is a nice touch, especially with its impressive UV and infrared isolation.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you won't be disappointed with the storage space either.
Oh, good.
Spacious frunk,
Okay.
deep boot,
Nice.
and the rear seats fold down if you need even more cargo room.
They've really nailed practicality.
They have.
So let's talk about the driving experience itself.
Okay.
What was it like to actually get behind the wheel of the SU7 Max?
Well, when you start the car, the LCD panel above the steering wheel rotates to reveal your selected driving mode.
Uh-huh.
They even have a beginner mode for those new to high-performance EVs, which I thought was a thoughtful touch.
That's great for those who want to ease into the experience. So how did it feel on the road?
In a word,
Yeah.
exhilarating.
Okay.
I took it for a spin on some winding country roads,
Huh?
and for a car that weighs over 2 tons, it felt incredibly nimble and responsive.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
Did the weight affect the handling at all?
not in the slightest.
Wow.
The accelerator has a nice weight to it, and there's minimal body roll even when you're pushing it through corners.
Uh-huh.
And even in Sports Plus mode, the ride is surprisingly smooth and comfortable.
That's a testament to the advanced suspension system and Xiaomi's focus on driver comfort.
Yeah.
Was there anything that didn't quite live up to expectations?
Honestly, the only thing that felt a bit off was the steering.
Okay.
It felt a CAD light for my liking, even in the sportiest setting.
Uh-huh.
But that's something they can easily tweak with an OTA update.
That's the beauty of software-driven cars. Constant improvement is just an update away.
Yeah.
Speaking of improvement, Xiaomi's manufacturing process for the SU7 is incredibly innovative.
It really is.
They're using self-developed die-cast alloy materials
Okay.
and large die-casting equipment to increase chassis rigidity while keeping the weight down.
It's a clever approach that combines strength and lightness.
And the SU7 is built on their Modena platform with cell-to-bottom battery integration, which maximizes space safety and structural integrity.
It's clear they've taken a holistic approach to engineering, focusing on every detail to create a truly exceptional EV.
But let's get back to that driving experience. I have
Okay.
to ask, did you get to unleash the full power?
Of course. I found a nice straight stretch of road, switched to Sports Plus mode, took a deep breath, and floored it.
I bet that was a moment.
It was like being launched from a catapult.
Wow.
0 to 100 kilometers in 2.78 seconds.
Okay.
I even had a chance to try out the auto parking system, and it smoothly slotted the car into a tight spot in just 21 seconds.
So power handling tech and even practical features like auto parking. It sounds like a compelling package.
It is.
But what about range and charging?
Right.
Those are always key considerations for EVs.
The SU7 Max I drove had the 101 kilowatt Aquelin battery from CATL, and it boasts an impressive 800 kilometer CLTC range.
Nice.
And because it supports 800V fast charging, you can top up from 20% to 80% in about 30 minutes with a high-power DC charger.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
Range anxiety definitely won't be a problem with the SU7 Max.
not a lot at all.
Yeah.
And when it comes to safety, Xiaomi hasn't cut any corners.
Good.
You've got a robust steel-aluminum alloy cage for structural integrity, 360-degree active safety coverage with 16 systems rapid power cutoff in emergencies, and a sophisticated heat management system.
They've put it through rigorous real-world collision tests, ensuring it's designed to protect you from every angle.
It is.
So overall, what were your final thoughts on the SU7 Max?
Yeah.
What stood out to you the most?
Honestly, it was the attention it drew.
Really?
People were stopping to take pictures, which even a Porsche Taycan doesn't always get.
It must have a presence on the road.
It has a real supercar aura.
Yeah.
I did notice a couple of minor issues, like some misaligned panels, but these are early days for Xiaomi in the car market.
That's true.
I'm confident they'll iron out those kinks quickly.
It's their first foray into this arena.
Yeah.
So a learning curve is to be expected.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're off to a very impressive start.
Absolutely. I think the SU7 is a serious contender.
Yeah.
Especially in the Chinese market. It's already making waves.
It is.
And I think it has the potential to shake up the EV landscape globally.
It's a bold statement.
Yeah.
And it's coming at a time when the EV market is more dynamic than ever, with established brands facing a new wave of competition.
It's an exciting time to be following this industry.
It is.
But let's shift gears and circle back to the SU7 Ultra and that record-breaking Nürburgring lap time.
It was a feat of engineering and driving prowess.
It was.
But I understand it wasn't exactly smooth sailing for them during those attempts.
You're right. They battled persistent bad weather.
Oh, really?
Remember, they had to make multiple attempts.
Yeah.
They booked the track for January and October. But rain and poor conditions kept foiling their plans.
So they pulled off that incredible time even with less than ideal track conditions.
They did.
That makes it even more impressive.
It does.
It speaks to their determination and the capability of the car.
Yeah.
And to add another layer of wow to the story, remember who was driving?
Yeah.
David Pittard, the recent winner of the 24 Hours of the Nürburgring.
Yeah, that's right.
They brought in a champion driver for this record attempt.
They were definitely sending a message with that choice. We're here to play, and we're playing to win.
Yeah.
And this wasn't just about bragging rights.
Yeah.
That lap time shows the engineering prowess, the cutting-edge technology, the sheer performance capabilities of the SU7 Ultra.
And let's not forget, this was just a prototype.
Yeah.
The production version, which we're expecting to see in early 2025.
Yeah. Will retain the core structure,
Wow.
the tri-motor setup,
Okay.
and the same battery configuration.
So the performance potential is there in the production model?
It is.
What do you think? Will they try to break their own record with the production model?
It's certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
But breaking records is just one part of the story.
Right.
The fact that Ford's CEO is driving a Xiaomi SU7 is a testament to how much they've shaken up the industry.
Hold on, seriously. The CEO of Ford driving a Xiaomi.
Seriously. He even admitted it on a podcast.
Wow.
Saying they imported one to Chicago via Shanghai.
Really?
He's been hooked ever since, and even talked about it as part of their strategy to compete with Chinese automakers like Xiaomi and BYD.
That's a huge validation for Xiaomi.
It is.
The CEO of one of the biggest car companies in the world, impressed by their EV.
Yep.
That speaks volumes.
It does.
Yeah.
And it all circles back to what we were saying earlier. Xiaomi isn't just building EVs.
Right.
They're building incredibly desirable EVs.
Yeah. That are turning heads and capturing the attention of industry veterans.
It's a shift in perception.
It is.
I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
Exploring the specs, the tech, the performance, and the design philosophy behind Xiaomi's foray into high-performance EVs.
It's been a fascinating deep dive into a company that's truly shaking things up in the automotive world.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
There's more to come.
There's so much more to explore.
Looking forward to it.
So stay tuned.
Until then, keep your eyes on the road and your minds open to the possibilities of the electric future.
And a big thank you to all our listeners for joining us on this electrifying journey. We'll see you next time on Charged Up.